Today we're doing an oil change on a fairway mower. It's a Jacobsen Super LF1880, and I'm going to show you where the oil change bolt is. Alright, here's the side of the machine. So I'm standing on the left side, but it doesn't really matter. You could do this from the right side also. And I took the reels off. It's going to make your job a lot easier. Took the reels off of here because you're going to want to get a pan underneath. And just come right underneath. Well, actually, let me show you first. You can actually see the oil pan right here. So come underneath here, and there's your bolt right there. You're going to take that bolt off, and the oil is going to spill out into the pan. And that's it. You're going to put the bolt back in, and the oil filter will come up here to the motor. Right here. Take the oil filter off. Put your fresh one on there. I don't know what the number is on there yet, but I will get it in a second and share it with you. That's it. Alright, so to get that nut off, you just need a 9/16. Put that up there. Crack that bolt loose. I know the lighting sucks under here, but real simple. 9/16. Make sure you got your pan down here. There you go. We're gonna let that drain out. When you come up here with your oil filter wrench, you're gonna hit all kinds of obstacles. You got this bracket on the exhaust. Can't get it in there. It's too thin of a gap there to go in from the back. So the trick is you gotta hold your filter wrench just like this, and you want to come in here. I'm blocking my own light here, but there is another bracket right here. You're gonna have to go in front of that just like that, turn your filter wrench on an angle, and boom, pops right on there. Now you're gonna have to come underneath, and you're only going to get a little bit of space to turn this thing. Whoop, don't let it slide off. Back on, just like that. And that will... there it goes. There it goes. You're only going to get little tiny turns out of it. And I'm going to need both hands for this, but that's how you want to get your filter wrench in there, and then you're going to be caught up in these hydraulic hoses down here, so you're going to have to do baby turns, but there it goes. That should be enough to do the rest by hand now. But that's how you get the wrench on without having to take this off, because if you take this radiator hose off here, you're going to lose all your radiator fluid. If you're struggling with this part here, then yes, take this off. Make sure you get a pan underneath, because radiator fluid is going to pour out of here. But I'm going to set the camera down. I got to finish taking this off. Alright, so I managed to get that loose enough to take off by hand now. I'm just wiping it off so we can see the number. Can I zoom in on that? Yep, that is a Napa filter 1344. And even though we drained all the oil out in the pan, there's still going to be oil that comes out of this thing when you take it off. Not as much, but there will be some, so make sure you reposition your pan underneath and catch whatever's going to fall out of there. Well, we only had a couple drops come down. It wasn't as bad as I thought. But there she is. What you want to do is, and be careful here too, because you don't want to put any, you don't want to get any debris back inside the motor here, but you definitely want to clean all this up before you put your new filter back on. Get a rag, wipe all this down nice and neat. We'll put the other filter back on, and once we get to that, I will pick back up with the video, but right now I'm just going to wipe all this. I just took a rag and wiped it all clean. As you can see, there's no more debris around there, because what happens, even if you have one little spot here, that new seal is not going to seat right, and that's where you're going to get your little tiny leak dripping out of there. And this being a fairway mower for a golf course, you definitely do not want any liquids dripping down onto the turf. So that's nice and clean. We're going to get our new filter and get ready to put that on. Alright, so in case you want to use the actual genuine parts, this is the part number here for the oil filter. You can see HH160-32093. Good rule of thumb, I already did this because I needed one hand for the camera, but take a little bit of oil and put it all around that seal there. Just to put a nice little thin coat around there. And I'm gonna put this back up here. Actually, I'm not sure if this is the same size as the Napa filter or not. So that might affect if we can get that wrench back in there or not to tighten this up. Well, we're gonna find out. And it looks like we'll have the clearance. Let's get this as tight as you can by hand, and you don't want these super tight anyway. Alright, so I normally just put it on and then give it like 2 nudges with the oil filter wrench. So let's see if we can get this under here. There we go, just like that. And there we go. There's 1, 2, and we'll go a couple more. 3, and 1 more for good luck. 4. It should be good there. Filter's back on. I put the oil pan screw back in. Get this oil out of here. And next thing we are going to do is just put some oil in there. Fill it back up, and that's pretty much it to the oil change. And I will see you next time on what to do.